T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby.
Are you a girl or a boy?
I couldn't do it. I'm waiting. So, thank y'all for waiting, Tim. I'll DM you a link if you want to come on. Maybe you'd be interested in this conversation. I'm waiting for a freaking video to upload. I edited it to be kind of a pad intro for the streams, and I'll change it up every so often. And then it's like, it's too big, it won't fit. So I'm like, all right, let me edit it into a smaller format. And then it's like, it's still too big. And so I had to figure out where to cut it and re-download it. And now it's like 70%. So I'll play that shortly. But yeah, howdy. We're asking the good questions today, big questions.
What is your favorite color?
Are women mid? This is a new frontier I did not expect, with AI and the ability to make fap-worthy art at the touch of a button. Chat GPT with yourself, orchestrate AI waifus, fill your loneliness in our increasingly isolated cyberpunk reality. And then we see stuff with a week before Barbenheimer drops next week. Oh, Margot Robbie's mid. It's like, what kind of homo do you have to be a female, a cis female attracted person, and think she's mid? She's maintained it quite well. That and Daredevil. We talking about in regards to the SAG strike. There's something else. Wacky German eco-terrorist protesters being silly.
Oh, those little goofballs.
Yeah. Just a moment, and I'll debut this opener. I didn't know how many times I could get away with hitting 30 seconds before you're like, fuck this guy. So
Hey, it's time to start. No, it isn't. It's time to start. No, it isn't. It's time to start.
that's why I'm just clicking
Classic
the random
Family Guy joke.
So I'm just clicking the random. Like, so luckily, I added that other 30-second opening. It's actually 40 seconds. Let me say hi to the chat. We got Papa Cotton was here saying, I'm afraid so. Wipe off that mask. Unfortunately, most women are average. It's kind of what average means, actually. Yeah, I think you kind of have a warped view, Papa, to be honest. I enjoy the wide spectrum of female beauty, be it tiny petite ladies or the more gargantuan in weight, if they're proportioned right. By the way, Angus, looking hot in the new Maybelline ad, buddy. Hubba hubba. Yeah, we can look at that shortly. Killy Chow, he's doing a proper raid. Wow, nice. Were you on proper, Rookie? Was that where the proper
yes,
raid?
yes,
Nice.
yes, we was. The turn of This Week in Bullshit.
Nice. And you got Tim saying, we want beef. The suspense.
I had steak today, Angus, and it was like Brazilian steakhouse seasoning on there. Freaking delicious. And I doused it way more than I was doing the last few times. Freaking magnificent.
Oh, full of flavor.
I need to film them when I do it so we can show our meats when we go on here if we have steak in that day.
Yeah, I had 2 lamb chops and 2 duck eggs for breakfast, and some waffles with maple syrup, butter. And then for lunch dinner, I had my red bean stew. I essentially use like a crock pot to do red beans and rice, but I don't make rice. I just do twice as much beans and smoked ham or pepper bacon with mushrooms, celery, onions, and lots of different pepper spices. Jalapeno pepper, black pepper, white pepper, chili powder, cayenne pepper, smoked paprika. I feel like there's probably some sage. It's really good. Really good. But yeah, here is what was supposed to be the the opener. Hell yeah.
I like
Who did art for the Duel of Fats? Looks sick. Yeah. Duel of Fats, me and Ricky competing. As you see, let me add that in here so we can look at it. Overlay. Here we go. This is Plague Cattle. Ironically, I just happened to look commissions last month and found this person with a Arya Stark piece. And I was like, holy shit. And they had comms open, so I hit them up and gave me the idea, and it was like $130. They did great. And yeah, I plan to add it to the Teespring so you can give me money so I can make Mythgator.
Hell yeah. It was very good. Very good.
Yeah. I just threw that intro thing together.
Yeah, I feel like if you
change
can,
it.
I feel like if you could play the 30-second countdown thing and then that, like that'd be a cool.
Oh yeah, thing. Of course.
Yep. Otherwise, we also have this for padding if we want. But we'll show them the art. Yes.
There you go. Yeah, Plague Cattle. I'll show you on Twitter. Tim, what's your Twitter? I don't know if I follow you on the Angus account because it's probably suspended when I talk to you.
Oh, right. Yeah, probably.
What's his at?
Here, I'll just send him the link.
Well, yeah, but what is it? So I know.
I don't know. This I'll find out in a sec. It's in my messages somewhere though. So let's see. Timothy. It was like 1,000 years I last talked to him. I probably scrolled by him. I'll just type him in the search thing.
But yeah, the idea was like, I want to do. It was just me and Ricky talking about Duel of the Fate, or we're talking about like us dueling, and I'm like, Duel of the Fats, perfect. It just dropped the E, and it's instant Star Wars iconography. And then it's like, hey, I'll be Maul because I'm a dark side guy. Be Fat Minotaur Maul, and you can be Fat Obi-Wan Rookie.
Yes.
And I do have. I'm waiting. It's taking longer than I expected, but I'm waiting for. What do you call it? Solo images of me and Rookie as our characters, comic style, unfat.
Yes. Shit, where's Tim's Twitter? It's not coming up here.
I know, right?
Hold on.
I need to go to chat. Right, Tim's talk.
Here, I'll play a thingy while we look here.
And so it begins.
Shall we begin?
So it begins.
And now it begins.
So it begins.
And so it begins.
And so it begins.
Shall we begin?
Shall we begin? And so it begins.
And so it begins. And so it begins. So, shall we begin?
So, it begins.
Shall we begin? Shall I begin? Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
No, it's telling me his account don't exist.
What? Yeah, I'm looking at his about.
He has it listed in the link by the banner of the Twitter, and it goes to account that don't exist. Where'd you go, Timothy?
What?
Timothy.
Oh my God. What has happened to Tim Possible?
The Twitter has gotten him as well.
But yeah, let me show you all this, Papa. This is something I got recently finished. This is not Methgator.
A beaut.
If you want to guess who it is, put your comments in the chat. I'll let you know. It's a villain of Methgator, so to speak, an antagonist.
Yeah, I can't say because then I'd be cheating. So
it is, thanks to Red Gaze, Crocodile.
Yes, the crocodile. Boy.
I want to, and I'm playing this all the time, but I wanted, like the classic Marvel thing is like, oh, here's Guy, and his enemy is just pretty much the same. Like Hulk has Abomination, Iron Man has Ironmonger, Ant-Man fights another bug guy, and the Wasp or the Yellow Jacket, and his buddy is the Wasp. I think some more.
I mean, Spider-Man, Venom, Carnage.
Yeah, sort of. That's sort of. I mean, it is derivative because
Scorpion, Rhino. I mean,
no. Venom is, it has a history though, of like the symbiote was on Spider-Man in Secret Wars, so that's why.
I'm trying to think. That's why I'm just listing shit.
But
Daredevil obviously fights. What defect does the villain have that he's fighting?
Well, Flash has Reverse Flash. There's like a thing in comics where it's like a lot of times it's like a counter. Batman's cool because like every villain's kind of a shade of Batman. It's like an aspect of Batman.
With Daredevil's villain, would it be like somebody who's deaf or something, or like are they also blind? Are they mute? Like what's the
blind guy fights the deaf guy?
Or I mean, his opponent can see. That's the opposite of the factor. It's just, my opponent has eyes and can see out of them.
Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying to find this recent thing that we're going to talk about. It ties in with the midness we'll be discussing. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. People are like really mad about this, and I'm like, are you just now finding out about this? Let's share this. The X-Men had all had their equal nemesis. Yeah, Wolverine has Sabretooth. He's kind of just like a bigger version of him. Damn it. I'm really thrown off with the Tim thing, though. Wonder what's going on with him. And I look at his channel. I'm like, fuck, he's blown up 3K. He's got
he's been doing a lot of streams too and stuff lately.
million viewed short, which is like nice. Let's see, his popular videos. Popular. Yeah, the short seems to really have taken off for him. It's cool. I'm happy for him. He's been working at this. Let's see. Present. There we go. So this is being talked about.
Hot dog, yum! Hot dog, yum! Donut, yum! I'm hungry. Marshmallow. Crunchy corn, yum! Kitty paws.
This is cinema.
Pumpkin, yum!
I'm waiting for it.
So spicy.
Right there. So spicy. The way her voice changed is hilarious. Let's see. The no longer secret parasocial romance between the goth goon and the elf TikTok semi-star. If you listen to this for 30 seconds more, this will haunt your dreams and echo in your mind when you're alone with your thoughts for the next fortnight. Someone's like, yum, ice cream.
Yum, yum.
This is very hard to watch. There's another one. Sir, another TikTok influencers hit the Twitter timeline. It must be easy to be a woman.
It must be.
Let's see. Yeah, well, I saw this first, and it's a black chick doing like a really crappy version of this.
Grab. Coconut, so good. Grab, 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 grab. Balloon. Grab. Ice cream, so good. Ooh.
Her sound effects ain't bad, but she just seems like dead inside doing it versus Cherry Crush's crushing it.
She lives it.
Like, she is the anime girl. She's great at it. And this must be because of her ASMR skills. I am so do her ASMR, but I don't ever actually watch because I don't really get ASMR. It's just like potentially I'll snag a video in the future and like have it clipped in like a video sequence.
Yeah,
pretty girl. Love my Cherry Crush. The moment that Flip Daddy sends an ice cream. What do you think of this, Rookie? You there?
You cut out there.
I said, what do you think of this, Rookie?
I think it's amazing. You know, it's using our technology to its highest degree. Like, what do we need science for?
Precisely.
And I wanted to show you so if you thought that was awesome, I'll show you something that's just as amazing. But I
hold that really quick so I can grab my tea.
I had to pull it up and
be right back.
No problemo. I shall pull it from the depths of hell. Okay, no, what the heck? It's not letting me see bookmarks on the desktop. What the F?
Okay. Sitting down. All right. What are you going to show me?
It's not letting me see bookmarks from the desktop. What the effing F is that?
Well, send it to me and I can share.
Oh, hold on. I've got it up. Good enough. Let's see. So if you thought that was hot, is that what you think?
I don't think that specifically is hot, but I think she is hot, and thus I follow her. So.
Okay. Yeah. So I was trying to do a setup here. Let's see. Will this be funny? How long will you last with this?
Oh, you have no idea how long I can last.
At all.
Oh.
Wait. I'm looking at my Twitter and colored people is trending.
I know, I saw that. I was like, for an hour, it's been trending for over an hour. Now, avert your eyes back to the stream.
Naughty boy. Yum! My!
Oh, disgusting.
Yum! Go fuck yourself.
Oh, god damn it. God damn it, Rookie.
Just as awesome, huh?
No. It's not that. I didn't realize the tea bottle I grabbed was extra sweet tea.
Oh, I see. Well, this might cheer you up. My fucking ice cream. I feel like you do that with your kid. I feel like you do that with Lucas or something.
Oh yeah,
just with good kids.
Oh yeah, that's the eco retards.
They cemented their hands together.
That's
insane.
Yeah. Let me scroll up and find the bookmark.
Yeah, we just glued our hands to the cement and thought it'd be fun. Turns out, Bill Nye the Science Guy didn't give us a lesson on this one.
Yeah, on this one post of this video, it says, eco-activists in Germany use the concrete and epoxy resin mixture to glue their hands to the asphalt to protest Tragically, the consequences may require potential amputation of their hands.
No, it's just going to be where they live together now. The forever fused to the one block. It's the Cartman and Butters episode where they have to hold their hands the whole time. That's all this is.
Well, it's like epoxy. Doesn't it require petroleum? I feel like
I don't know. I don't know the specifics.
I feel like it probably does.
Just like the thing that there might have already been material or whatever there, and then they mix whatever things they're thinking. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna be here," and then it's like, okay.
Ooh, nice. Cotton says, as is an effing dork that seems like the type to send her money.
I mean, he does seem like the type that send her money. I mean,
yeah, doesn't he say he's not gonna have kids? Like he's an incel, pretty much.
Like possibly, like yeah.
The tea is delicious. It's pure leaf, but I'm like, damn it, I was actually wanting unsweet. But yeah, given that we're here, I got my tea.
The horn
it's
of
time.
The horn of ceremony.
Gulp, 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 gulp.
Raise our horns.
Yes.
And just imbibe yourself.
Gulp, 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 gulp.
Yes.
This concludes the horn of ceremony.
And now the stream is properly christened.
Stream is properly properized.
You like my my new do? I trimmed up a bit. You like that, rookie?
Yeah, nice and
got a new hat too.
Fresh, yeah.
You know how much I spent on this?
$3.
Wrong. I actually got on sale for $1.60.
I like your pause made that funny. You're just like, pretty close. Pretty good.
We got us a Karen in the chat. Every time I say is he's trying to get that horn down his throat. Well, you know what I think of that?
Shut up, silly woman.
I love the way he says silly woman. Shut up,
yeah.
silly woman.
Oh my god. Yeah. It's good stuff going on. Yeah. Let me scroll through here a bit. I am still in utter shock in disbelief that a Republican uttered the words colored people in reference to African American service members who sacrificed their lives to our freedom. So I guess it's some House guy. Well, it's funny that they're crying about colored people when it's a thing to be a person of color.
Yeah.
What would you expect? I mean, the colored people are trying to segregate colleges. I saw something. I'll see if I can find it. On whites excluded. Where did it go? Let's see. On whites anti-racism. I saw it. Let's see. New York Post. Here it is. Here it is. Let me share this. Brand. Is that? There we go. Some holy shit news. New York University hosts anti-racism workshop, open only to white public school parents.
Only.
New York University hosted a months-long anti-racism workshop geared toward white public school parents that allegedly barred people of color from joining in what legal experts claim was violations of civil rights law. 6-month-long workshop was designed specifically for white public school parents in New York City committed to becoming anti-racist and to collaboratively building equitable, powerful, multiracial parents communities in their schools. The series cost $360 per person, was hosted by Education Justice Research, an organizing collaborative at NYU. While the now delisted workshop description and sign-up sheet is say it was designed for white parents, it doesn't expressly say that people of color are forbidden from joining. Organizers distributed a handout to participants days before the first workshop titled "Why a White Space," which lists reasons for hosting white-only group discussions.
That time.
I wish I had that clip of LeBron James. It's about damn time.
Damn time. Now I can get some work done.
Be better. Some of the reasons include the suggestions that the responsibility of educating white people about racism shouldn't be on the shoulders of people of color. Another reason listed was that white people need to have a safe space where they can make mistakes without having to subject people of color to further undue trauma.
You mean we can't call everybody Negroes?
Gotta keep the colored people away.
Yeah,
gotta keep them safe from micro.
You gotta keep us in first class, away from everybody else.
People of color are dealing with racism all the time, like every minute of every day. It's a harm on top of a harm for them to hear our racist thoughts.
Okay, She-Hulk. Okay.
One lawyer also told the outlet that seminars went against laws banning discrimination and contracting since participants were charged a fee. It's essentially illegal. This episode illustrates the horseshoe theory whereby left and right-wing radicals end up agreeing on race-based societal balkanization. It's like that social media meme, woke or KKK.
Woke KK.
Oh, wow. Let me look this up, actually. Woke or KKK, if there's some memes.
Just call it woke KK, you know? Just mix it. Push why the F not at that point.
No, I'm not really seeing anything. I just see a couple of KK things. It says the KKK wants you.
They sure know how to advertise.
Well, it's like an Uncle Sam, but it's a KKK guy.
It's like KKK now accepting more minorities to fill the ranks or something.
Well, or like be like they could add on to the meme of this Uncle Sam illusion. Be like, the KKK wants you to go back to Africa. You do realize that most of the crazy shit the activists say isn't sincere, right? It's to confuse and enrage, so we'll be distracted enough to try and make nonsense to further the agenda. Oh, yeah, I believe definitely in like weird psyop stuff, definitely using emotions. I don't want to get into it. But Sound of Freedom, everything around it, it feels like that. This whole discourse around it feels performative, and you gotta dig in one side, or do you support it, you know, or do you support QAnon, you know? It's becoming Nazi or pedophile, you know. That's the P word is becoming our side's Nazi, where we just throw it around and devalue it.
A little bit.
Let's see. Where's my bookmarks? Come on. I saw some good stuff. Let me look this up. Margot Robbie. So what do you think of this conversation? This Margot Robbie is mid.
Well, I mean, that's already a weird sentence to say. Like, Margot Robbie is mid. It's like, are you sure you're human?
Honestly, she really popped on the scene pop culture wise with Wolf of Wall Street, and everyone's like, "Fuck."
Yeah, dude. famous scene of her just, laying waste.
I'm trying to find a specific post about this. Rollo Tomasi says the fact that trad femmes and left femmes are locking arms to defend the hotness of Margot Robbie at 33 by gay shaming any guy who'd question it only proves my long-standing point about the sisterhood uber alles. Interesting take, Rollo.
Yes. Well, wait. So what? Wait. So why exactly are they randomly saying that she's mid? I forgot the context. What's the context for that?
I don't.
They just want to say she's mid randomly. Like I don't understand. Like
look this up, Billy.
It don't make no sense. Just be like, yeah, Margot Robbie's mid. Mid. Is it like people that are for Oppenheimer or something that are like trying to deter people from seeing Barbie or whatever? Like,
I don't know. That would, like, if it was like some Snyder cut weirdo shit like Godzilla Kong, where the Snyder weirdos are trying to like crap on that a week before the Snyder cut came out to try to boost the Snyder cut, which is weird that you're trying to hurt the same studio. At least that would make sense if it's like, oh, Oppenheimer, Universal versus Barbie. I don't know what studios, maybe Universal. I don't know who's doing. I'll look this up actually. Barbie movie. Warner Brothers.
Really?
Okay. Warner Brothers with Greta Gerwig.
Warner Brothers doing Barbie. That's interesting. Or is Barbie doing them?
So this guy. Let me see. I know he shared this long thread that was interesting, at least, about this. I'm just trying to find it.
Yeah, because like I thought it was like somebody shared a picture of her with no makeup, and they're like, "Huh, well, she's pretty mid without makeup, huh?" It's just like I don't understand. Just it don't make no sense, right, chat? What does one have to gain for trying to make such a claim? What is the reward?
All right, here we go. Finally,
Hoffcast.
Hey,
Hoff. What's up, Hoffy boy?
This Black Angus guy is crazy. Tape gun, dude. You know it's weird. Tape gun. I was at Walmart perusing the collectibles in the what do you call it? The media section by the toys. So I always go to toy. I never really go to Walmart. I needed a belt and underwear for work, or like compression underwear, so keeps my junk nice and tight. Yeah, I went to the media section, saw some of the collectibles. Most of it's like pops and stuff, and you see the pops, and it's like, Jesus Christ, there's like a whole fucking fourth of the display area for this aisle. It's just pops, and it's like none of them are off the shelf. Like, why? Why is this here? And yeah, like the let's see. You won't be able to see it quite well, but by the Hulk, I got the new Target Angus Young, but then right under is the BST Accent or whatever brand. I'll show a picture shortly of Angus. I got that. And that brand, the smaller form, they had Paul Stanley and the Catman. I almost got it. I'm like, I can't spend $20 on Paul Stanley right now. It's still there. I'll snag because I do love Paul Stanley. Like, legitimately, you listen to old Kiss records, and even if it's not your taste, like Paul Stanley, I think is a very underrated singer. And yeah, definitely makes me happy thinking of my funny work songs about a dead guy. The choice is simply between Nazi or pedophile. I'll grow a funny little mustache myself. I don't think being the N word precludes you from being a P word, though. So,
True.
you know, it becomes like the meme. It's like, maybe a pedophile. At least I'm not racist.
Or I'm thinking of Chucky or whatever. Yeah, he's just like, you know, he's like, I may be a murderer, but I'm not a monster or something. The Chucky show.
I would say Margot Robbie is like at 33, she's still like an 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what it would take to lower it down, honestly.
Honestly, I shared a post, and I'll show it later. Grace Kelly and Margot Robbie, it's like they're kind of one for one. And Grace Kelly's like beautiful. Taken from us too soon. But yeah, let me share this discourse. All right, so this guy, Bad Billy Pratt, gets in the discourse. He did a poll. I don't know if he shows it here, but he did a poll of who's hotter, Taylor Swift or Margot, and Margot won by like 30 points. He says Margot Robbie was cast as Barbie because she isn't pretty enough to alienate a female audience. A polarizing take that landed at number 2 on Twitter's trending topics and made half the user base lose their minds. Let's talk about why. Thread. Casting the role of Barbie is specific. Barbie is the archetypical California girl, tall, blonde, and thin. The epitome of bikini-clad bimbo hotness. There are other actors who better fit the bill, but the studio chose aging Robbie. And yeah, Sydney Sweeney is nice as well. Pointing out that 33-year-old Margot Robbie didn't fit the bill for a real-life Barbie doll, enraged female Twitter users called the criticism unhinged, and those who agreed both gay and incel. Or
When you read that,
I'm just like, I gotta agree, honestly. You know, like I'm not, you know me, I'm not one to shield my ladies. Don't give a fuck typically. You know, they're all fucking harpies that are entitled, but no, I think it really is like, you know, talking about aesthetics. This is a field I'm trying to dig into slowly but surely, like philosophy. You know, you'll see posts by like these. You'll see these posts by somewhat disingenuous like Greek profile pic guys, where they'll show this like very intricate marble statues that like it'll be like a face of Mary or someone with like a shawl over her face, but it's all marble. But they like it looks like the shawl, it looks like water over the face of a statue. It's so pristine and precise. The details of fabric over a detailed face, realism, or the slight indentions of fingers into like the thigh of a woman, of like some Greek god or someone holding a woman like she's trying to get away or something, and like those fine details into marble, you know, and it's from like 200 years ago or more. We'll talk about this stuff, talk about architecture, where it's like architecture used to be beautiful and it went with the land in some way, even though it is a man-made structure. It wasn't like brutalistic or something. You know, like the Twin Towers is a great example of like, it's an achievement to build something like that, but it's just a fucking big rectangle. There's nothing adorable about it at all, you know? And so I think there's a connection with that, where it's like the fact that there's this discourse trying to offer that a honestly like not hottest ever, but like just a truly beautiful woman is like, you know, it's like we've crossed a weird line now, I think. And so yeah, that's what I'm like.
Go ahead.
No, you.
It makes you ask, like, so okay, so if she's mid, like most women are like ugly as hell, then, right? Like I don't, like if that's the standard, like I don't understand that logic.
Yeah, that's why I'm like gay and incel. I'm like
can they like give examples? If Margot Robbie's mid, then who's like not mid? Who's hot? Like what troglodyte being do they think is more beautiful than her? That's not gonna happen.
Lauren Sonnen says, unhinged take. If you ever get in your head that Margot Robbie isn't in the top 5 of conventionally attractive women, log off. Go for a walk outside. Say hello to a normal looking female. Return and correct yourself. Is Margot Robbie Oh, yeah.
They just say walk into Canada and like use one of those self-deleting machines or something.
Yeah. Is Margot Robbie still in the top 5 of conventionally attractive women at 30 years old? Is beauty immutable or does sexual attraction diminish with age? He has this picture and it's like, sign me up. Pretty straight teeth, you know. I don't think she has many, if any, tattoos. You know, and yeah, her hair isn't like perfect right here, but it's just like, yeah, she's just like naturally pretty. Great cheekbones, good smile, well proportioned eyes, aesthetic. You know, she's managed her eyebrows well. I don't know. I don't really get my eyebrows waxed or anything, but I feel like, you know, that's a woman thing, and it feels like
she looks well kept.
Nice.
Yeah.
He continues. Could you find a hotter girl than Margot by clicking through Instagram for a few minutes, or on a college campus, or in any sorority house? Women took the criticism of Robbie personally. It's a consensus most beautiful is criticized. Every woman under her in the pecking order feels insulted. I want to punch every dude who calls Margot Robbie mid in the nutsack. If she's mid, the rest of us women should just give the fuck up now. We're just like, I mean, to kind of show they're deranged, but I'm also like, I totally, I agree.
Nothing wrong with it, right? That's just a fact.
Kelly Kapoor in The Office explained this issue when deciding if Hilary Swank was hot or not. If you insult a consensus beauty, all women feel the burn. No. She's hot, okay? Because if you're saying Hilary Swank isn't hot, then you are saying that I'm not hot. Because obviously I'm not as hot as Hilary Swank. Which is funny because for whatever reason, there was like a crush by people on Kelly Kapoor from The Office, which is Mindy Kaling.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like, I watched the show for like 10 years now, off and on. And I'm like, I've never gotten the appeal. Definitely personality wise. She's like a wannabe Paris Hilton weirdo, like, one of these like tabloid parasites. And then she just gets progressively fatter. And I've never got anyone thinking she was cute.
Well, and she's one of the ones that wants to lower standards so that people
she did Velma.
Don't do that. Well, yeah, I mean, there's that, but I mean, she literally is like, she wants beauty standards to be lowered so that she can be seen as more beautiful, kind of a thing.
No. As the character, like, I read this as like, wait. Hilary Swank's really high, so if she's crap, then I'm even lower than being lower than her. Like,
yeah. Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Now we're into the -0 zones. I think it's pretty fair with some women. Like that's the case.
He continues. Aging Margot Robbie was chosen for Barbie because she's pretty, but not so young and hot as to alienate women. When Paris Hilton, who actually resembled Barbie, first gained fame, women hated her for being too skinny at a time when that look was most desired.
I don't know. I kind of thought that was more of the attitude of Paris Hilton around that time. It's like a lot of people didn't like that she was rich for doing what, like because she's related to family, kind of a thing. And
it's an inheritance, yeah.
And she literally is like the example of walking around with a purse puppy, kind of a thing. It's like,
she bought into the white chicks like dumb bimbo aesthetic, for her personality. Which is funny because if you watch, like, I watched some Netflix documentary a couple years ago, influencers and stuff, and she's on there. It's like, oh yeah, I totally played into the dumb shit. Like, she's smart as fuck. She's a capable businesswoman. Like, she's Trump. She's escalated, the business ventures of her family's wealth that she's gotten. So it's not just that she's inherited. She's actually been a good businesswoman.
Yeah, but like the impression people had was that she was a dumb bimbo chick, and then all these other things. So it's like people being angry at her. I don't think it's because, well, she's so attractive. Like I never heard anybody talk about how hot she was when I was,
Yeah.
It didn't seem like that was much of a thing.
Hofka says titties.
Yes.
Hollywood actors are bridge trolls next to a team of South American bikini models. But see, that's the thing, like. This gets in a weird territory where it's hard to decipher. It becomes somewhat subjective. Like, I think there's an implicit beauty standard, and I think Margot Robbie all time fits in like long-lasting beauty. She's not the hottest. Like when she's in Wolf of Wall Street, like, okay, she's hot, but she's also thoroughly beautiful. Aside from hot, and like a lot of Instagram thoughts, they're like, oh, it's hot, but then like I saw some like just went to get a salad. at the mall, and this girl just wearing like a dinky t-shirt and hat. You know, it was like I just kind of like paused it. I'm like, I was in shock, like fuck, like this girl's beautiful, you know. And it's like I don't know if she's aware she's doing this, you know, crappy servant job, minimum wage, but like what a princess. She wasn't like acting; she's just like pleasant and whatnot. Not just because it comes from her. So it seemed like her personality. It's like, wow, this is a rose in a dung pile.
This is a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory golden ticket right here. That's what we got. But you see, what I find interesting is if you were to approach her and say, and just simply say that she looks really beautiful, and then like leave or something, you think she'd be creeped out or like, wow, some guy just complimented me and just said I'm really beautiful. Like, wow. Like, what
yeah, it's like one of those. I don't have that all the time where I'm like, yeah, my order.
Yeah,
it was like that. I'm just like, I had a real pause of like, wow, I'm seeing something amazing. And it wasn't like, whoa, rack or an ass or something like that. That's the difference. Instagram, you can be hot and show off and whatever, but then you see like, I think Margot Robbie fits in the like the like Euro, just wearing a normal dress, like the trad wife aesthetic that people are fetishizing now.
Like there's beautiful women of the past that, you know, have some pictures
ageless
that look better than a lot of other ones without much work to it, and it's like, wow, they're just beautiful. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, like Audrey Hepburn.
You could tell even in like a black and white photo that it's like, wow, that's a beautiful woman right there.
Yeah, like Sophia Loren's, like she's hot. She's got this like vamp succubus appeal, and that cross over into beauty, but it's like that's kind of slutty, honestly, you know. Versus Margot's like she can play a slut in Wolf of Wall Street, but she's still beautiful. There's a difference, you know. Like this big, you know, My Cherry Crush, the girl with the Instagram thing, like yum yum yum. You know, it's like she's honestly just really beautiful. It's just nothing really fake about her image. Yeah, she does use filters and all that, but oh no, Ricky said, wait, you said your internet went out? God damn it. He just texted me that. So we will continue this stream share. And Margot Robbie was the safe choice for a role that required a beautiful, sexually attractive woman, but one who wasn't too beautiful or too sexually attractive, which has been the Hollywood way for decades now. When was the last true blonde bombshell? Huh. Interesting. Let's go to this first post. Your mid mean nothing. I've seen what makes you wood. I don't know. I feel like they really made Kristen Stewart kind of dumpy. She's a lot more pretty than the way Twilight shows her. Huh. Wait on Ricky to come back. Fucking throwing off my stream. Tom Cruise uses filters too. I agree, Podcast. Hollywood tells you what to find attractive. To some degree, yes. I think so. I think there's engineering, and I've thought that about this whole fat phobia. There's this whole attempt to re-engineer what men find attractive. You know, like Natalie Portman's beautiful, but they really muted her sexual appeal in like Thor: Love and Thunder. She still has it to a degree, but it's like they're really going for like the mighty Thor. They're trying to emasculate her, and it just throws everything off. If you did like the Miss Marvel 2000s, you know, cheesecake appeal, They're pushing pushy and ugly women. Oh yeah, this whole Zendaya discourse is funny. Actually, let me find that. I've had one of these discussions come up that really piss people off. Let me find it. Oh, is that the Rookie the Critic?
All darn internet. It does that, like, I think it's around this time, like around 7. It'll
Okay.
not every time, but it'll on occasion just go out. And I'm like, and then like in a minute or two, it reboots itself and comes back on. So
This is what I'm talking about. All right, so here's Zendaya, and then here's a picture of a random Swedish girl on the metro. This is the post. And so I say, this discourse of Zendaya defenders reminds me of this.
let me see the chick opposed to Zendaya again.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay, it was just black screen.
Is it showing up now for you?
Yeah, now I got it. Yeah,
okay, I'm like,
okay, yeah.
They
There
win.
we go. There we go. Yeah. As you're asking, it just came up. So, yeah. Okay, so yeah, this one's more attractive. Yeah.
Dude, this is great. Oh my god, my fucking mouse. There we go. When they made this bitch, like, this is like probably one of her best pictures. And they're like, why you manipulate? Zendaya is way more beautiful than Swedish girl. And it's like, what? Like, this is like her at her best, and it's like
the Swedish girl don't look like she's even trying.
Right. It's like she just like has naturally straight hair and doesn't look like she's really wearing makeup really. She just on the train.
Zendaya has that, like, I guess we can, like, low tier cute of, like, she's not ugly, but she's like kind
of. They made her really fucking Spider-Man. And it's like, oh, I'm MJ. And it's like, what? Is this a joke?
She's Michael Jackson. Or I'm sorry, Michael Jordan. Or another one.
Right. And so this is the thing. Like, okay, this one's like, oh, they really dolled her up in this picture. It's like, that's starting to look, getting in the hot territory, depending on your taste. But it's still like,
it's a temporary. It'll go away.
It's like Brie Larson, where it's like, yeah, that Jimmy Kimmel, her with a big cleavage, like, that's hot. But
that's a moment. That's a moment in the wind. It's a leaf in the wind. It won't last long.
Right. And it's like Margot Robbie, and you see her with, like, on a bad day. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's a bad day. Whew. This is that girl's bad day. It's like, oh yeah. So that's still pretty good. That's some wood right there.
That's the tweet. Average Russian girl. I was like, God, that majestic hair she's got. Like, yeah, she's done some work to take this picture, but it's like, that's the thing too. The, like, Slavic Eastern countries. I was in, like, a women's anthropology class in OSU, and we were reading about, like, social norms of women or whatever in, like, different cultures. And it was about, one of them was about, like, Slavic Eastern women. It's like, yeah, they, like, get dolled up to take the trash out, like, because it's, like, socially enforced, essentially. Like, you don't go. So that was a big thing with there's this whole documentary about the guy that made Everybody Loves Raymond trying to make a Russian version, and all these, like, hoops he was jumping through. Like, for one of the actors that tried out for one of the, I guess, Raymond role, he's like, hey, I want that guy. He fits. He's the guy. And it's like, yeah, my teaching coach won't let me. And it's like, whoa, what? And it turns out, like, his coach is a very prestigious art guy in Russia, where it's like Vladimir Putin goes to his house to see him. That's how, like, prestigious this guy is. Like, no, Putin, you have to come to see him.
Right.
And then also like they had all these like single guys as writers on the show that haven't had a family yet. And they're like, yeah, I think this whole like they're trying to figure out which episode to adapt as like the starting premise of the show in Russia. And so there's like there's the suitcase episode where it's like they get back from a trip and there's a suitcase on like the landing in between the staircase levels going to the second floor. And it becomes like a week-long thing where it's like, I'm tired, whatever. And then it becomes like, oh, Deborah, the housewife, hasn't taken the suitcase upstairs.
It becomes a battle of who could take
Yeah, she's like, well, I'm a fucking housewife. I do all this crap. You can't take the thing upstairs. And so it becomes this like duel of like frame where like who's giving in.
Just there for weeks and weeks and months.
Yeah, and so that's like a fight. It's a and like they don't get it. And it's like, do you have a girlfriend? And you're all married? It's like, no. It's like, why are you writing on the show?
That's a good point.
Damn it.
Papa Cotton says, are y'all getting it yet? Margot Robbie is mid.
No. War is peace, freedom is slavery, Zendaya is attractive. Versus this picture. Fucking mouse. Oh my god, Zendaya is so beautiful. It's like a Neanderthal. Wait, someone says I'm about to get racist.
It's not clobbering time, it's racial time.
Vogue model versus OXXO cashier. It's like, damn.
Yeah, nice.
And she's got Playboy condoms.
Yeah, it's like one species was ready for this. It wasn't Americans. I was gonna say like
Sasquatch. Oh god. That killed me.
I was gonna say like back in the day, like what, like even going 50 years ago though, like wasn't there a precedent for us to like when we go outside to not be in pajamas and slop like?
Well,
like, I'm going to the grocery store.
If you grabbed your
decent clothes,
if you grabbed your like newspaper off of your driveway,
well,
you
I
in your
said,
pajamas,
like,
but you had to wear a robe. So like I grew up watching Leave It to Beaver and stuff, and that type of stuff always like irritated me because like I grew up sleeping in my underwear, and then now I sleep naked. Been doing that for like 10 years now. It's so liberating. It's actually good for your health to be naked. You don't need to be clothes. Like try to be not clothes as much as possible. It's good for you. Let your body breathe. But yeah, watching this stuff is always irritating. Like, who the fuck? Like, I don't even wear pajamas. And then these people are going outside putting a robe over their pajamas to be decent. And it's like, what the you're already in full body clothing. Like
right. Well, I meant like to the grocery store or something, like doing a mundane errand or something. They wouldn't just be in their robe to get the errand. They'd put on some of their clothes. They'd put on shoes to go. It's like, what?
Yeah, I think we've talked about that. Like there's this talk about the normalized clothing to go, like people go in pajamas or less than to like Walmart
more comfortable,
and stuff,
but not.
And it's like, yeah, but also this idea of like, well, we should dress up better to like change society back to a higher status. And it's like, I don't know if that works because like the Egyptians and the Persians, those were like high societies, at least in the hierarchy, and what they attributed in their time. And they wore fucking like skirts, essentially, men and women. And then the Romans and the Greeks, they wore togas, which is like fucking essentially a curtain.
Yeah.
It's not like, their most dressed up was warfare, they had like pantaloons and battle skirts and armor and a helmet and all these extra stuff. So like there's no really rhyme or reason to like how good or how low a society is, but on the clothing necessarily.
True.
And we've gotten to a point where you can just mass produce anything, even good stuff is somewhat mass produced.
I imagine though that people would at least try to look more decent more often in public if more celebrities were to wear, like if they're going out anywhere, like if they're only seen pretty much, if they're not on the set acting like they're in something nicer. Like I would assume that would catch on, So you're not like Westbrook or whatever from Thunder that like always dresses goofy or something. I feel like people.
What?
He'd always wear like weird glasses and a backpack and like high socks and like a weird shirt.
Oh my god!
Would go with like an Urkel kind of look, like a Steve Urkel kind of look.
Wait. Papa Cotton says, I mean, isn't she just a clone of the girlfriend? Yeah, we just watched Joe Dirt, and she's in that, and it's like, she's pretty hot. I don't know her name. I don't know if it's Presley. Yeah, I think it is Presley, even though it's not Elvis's kid.
Yeah.
No, she's fucking hot too. She's in DOA.
I know, right? Yeah, freaking awesome. Love it.
Try to look respectable. What are we talking about again? Talking about beauty standards, Papa Cotton, and how you're a fucking gay incel.
Indeed. Indeed.
But interesting news for film, because I got this strike going on. I haven't dug into this, but I've read like a synopsis. House of the Dragon can continue filming in UK amid SAG-AFTRA strike due to local union rules. House of the Dragon continue. Just the U.S. Actors Union announced a strike Thursday due to its inability to ink a new deal with the whatever. Sources confirmed that the production is planned to proceed as scheduled on the second season of Game of Thrones prequel. HBO cast is composed of primarily UK actors who are working under contracts governed by the local union Equity. As such, the series is technically allowed to continue filming because Equity members aren't legally allowed to strike in solidarity with the U.S. Union.
What?
Equity shared its actors' strike guidance with its 47,000 members. Equity UK will support SAG-AFTRA and its members by all lawful means. Performer joining the strike refusing to cross the picket line in the UK will have no protection against being dismissed or sued for breach of contract by the producer or the engager. Likewise, if Equity encourages anyone to join the strike or not cross the picket line, Equity itself will be acting unlawfully and hence liable for damages or an injunction. Sources indicate the UK.
So somebody that was on that, like, oh, you're supposed to be on strike. If they were to do work, they lose money. Or
no, if a UK union member tries to strike with the American strike.
Oh, okay, I got you.
They'll get fucked in court.
Okay, cool.
Sources indicate the UK's strict union laws,
which is from Reddit. No, just kidding.
have prevented an extensive show of solidarity from Equity, which can't legally call a strike to support SAG due to restrictive British legislation. Equity posited a number of scenarios under which actors on House of the Dragon can continue to work. Guidance for actors who are Equity members but not SAG members who are working in the UK on an Equity contract for a U.S. producer is that they continue to work as they have no protection from being dismissed or sued by the producer. Based on author Martin's Game of Thrones book Fire and Blood, House of Dragon has been filming its second season at Warner Bros. Studio Leavesden studio since April. Led by showrunner Ryan Condal, the HBO drama series picked up 8 Primetime Emmy nominations. Under strike rules, WGA members work internationally. Have had to stop work on any project that falls within the union's jurisdiction if there's active writing work taking place. As such, a member of U.S. projects filming in the UK were affected by a strike. Luckily for HBO, completed scripts on House of Dragon have allowed production to keep going.
Good.
The big thing is with all of this, the writers crap is like, even if you have something written, any rewrites would constitute like a breaking of the strike, whatever. So
I guess I don't really get it. So if I'm a dude in Hollywood, I'm an actor or writer, I'm a writer or whatever. And then it's okay. Well, a lot of people are striking now suddenly or whatever. Like, does that mean you are automatically in that too and you have to? Or like, I guess that's what I'm not getting. Like with the WGA, the Writers Guild thing. I guess it's because it has to do with unions, and I don't fucking really get them. I don't get that. The jobs. So like, if they wanted to continue writing somebody in Hollywood during the strike, they would be penalized, even if they didn't like agree to be part of it.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's why you don't have unions.
Like, what? So is the WGA a union, or like I don't?
Yeah, I mean, all this acronym stuff gets confusing.
So they agree when they become a writer that, okay, if the union decides that we're striking, then you can't work.
Yeah, you gotta strike.
Even
you're
if
in the
like,
union, so you have to strike.
Even if you're like, well, no, I'm actually good though. Like I'm okay with it.
Nope.
I'm okay. I'm
Nope.
okay.
You're
with
in the union.
My thing. So why?
Right. So apparently UPS.
I thought unions were for like handling sexual harassment or something.
No, that's HR. That's an HR thing.
Oh no, you're right. That's my bad.
Yeah, unions. So the history, as far as I know, at least in like America, it was always shaky.
The coal mines or something, right? Is that the
coal mines? There's a famous fire, I think, in New York City. At like they only had one entrance or exit, and then they had a fucking fire in like a fabric warehouse with all these like women, mostly like sewing and running gins and whatnot to loom fabric and make pants or shirts or something. There was this fire, and because there's only one exit, everyone fucking died. It was a mass massacre essentially, and things like that is why we have the work templates we do, the 40-hour weeks. Used to, you might work 14-hour days, 6 days a week for a job. And so it's like, yeah, our forefathers, like there's a reason you would unionize to like better work conditions, have water breaks, have piss breaks,
I gotcha. So
Amazon is becoming exactly why people unionize in the first place for work conditions.
I got you. South Park did a great episode on that.
Yeah, but the problem with unions is like this is why like our grandparents and before with like they would get these really sweet pension deals, 401ks and all this, and it's like, well, who's paying for their pension later down the line? It's like Social Security. It's more complicated because you're like paying into stuff, but it's like you still need a pot, so you need the next generation to pay the pot of your retirees. This stuff always falls apart. Like Rome had this problem with their military of like retirement. This problem. Spartans were able to work for like 1,000 years because they were so finite in their numbers. They had such a huge slave populace. But oh, I was like, what the fuck is that? Is my PS4 just popped on for some reason in the living room? Hold on. The music of it will fucking distract me. 1 second.
Okay, no problemo. Yeah, Hofcast says that guy would be considered a scab, and then unions are an old idea. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like there's some beneficial things to the unions as far as like how the work is set up now, but yeah, it also seems like there's some downsides to it because that don't sound like if you're working just fine and things are all right for you, and then it's like, well, nope, everybody else is doing this, so now you have to also forfeit what you're doing right now to be a part of it. I'd be kind of like, well, that's not great. That's not great necessarily. And it's like, okay, I feel like with writing, there's a huge difference in quality that come with that rather than something where you just achieve a task simply. Like, I feel like there's a difference in how you'd be paid in general anyway, I suppose. So I'm not sure how this writer strike thing will benefit anything, honestly. I mean, in a way, it's kind of funny because I heard that, or it sounds like there's so many. Yeah.
Where was I?
We're talking about the writers' union thing. You're telling me how unions can be beneficial, how they help get wages the way they are for us and stuff.
Wait, sorry. Yeah, I called Papa Cotton the N-word yesterday. Now he's calling me gay. The abuse never stops. Yeah, I thought because of somebody else's comment Spanish, because he's, I guess, in Arizona. I thought he knew Spanish. He's like, oh, it's a beautiful language. So I'm like, oh, this guy must know Spanish. And then I'm doing Spanish Duolingo. And like, oh, I don't speak Spanish. And I'm like, well, fucking, you think I'm playing? Like, get on Duolingo, you fucking N-word.
That's funny.
I almost did a follow-up where I was gonna that. I was gonna get my pistol and like I'm get in my car like I'm coming there, so I'm gonna fucking find you. Yeah. Unions are an old idea. Yeah, unions, from what I can gather, it was a big racket. But you sure you get like essentially mobsters control fucking a lot of unions, especially in the cities. But also politicians in cities would target minorities because minorities are unwanted. Just the Irish alone as a minority, everyone hated them because they're, an infestation from their plague.
They're Irish. Yep.
Yeah. And so, and they're Catholic, and that was a big, for whatever reason in America, that was like a big fucking fight.
They brought the leprechauns.
Even though there's already Catholics in America, that's why Maryland is called Maryland. It's Maryland because it's a Catholic state in its origin. So I never quite understood why it was a big deal. You got white immigrants, but they're lesser. It is weird, especially in hindsight. But yeah, Irish are a problem, and other Euro trash immigrants coming here as far as people viewed. And so politicians would target them and be like, well, union, you support me and vote for me, and I'll get you like a potty break. I'll get you an extra water break. And so that's how you control. So you look at today with the flooding of migrants. This is why they target. That's why the Democrats target immigrants and minority immigrants and minorities in the country, because they want to have them as a voting bloc that they can count on, and thus one less cog they got to like fight for. And so, yeah, it's a lot of like opiating a workforce to have in your pocket for politicians. So yeah, that's why I'm against unions. Also, like the pension thing, this is why jobs have fled overseas.
Thank you.
Under like Reagan and stuff.
Yep, sorry about that.
Is that your stupid aunt? Your stupid cinnamon toast crunch?
Yeah.
No, I love cinnamon toast crunch. I eat the fuck out of that when I have it.
Yeah, but no. So it's like, I don't know. Like I was making a point in the chat earlier while you're getting your thing with that. Like, okay, with like workers things, with like certain physical jobs, I can see why having unions make a lot of sense. But with writing specifically, like I'm trying to understand how it makes sense to where, okay, everyone else feels like striking, so that means you must do it as well. When it's like the variations and qualifications, the things for each one, I feel like would vary so much. Like I don't see how that's like a team thing, right? Like wouldn't that be just whoever you work with that determines that? I don't know. That I never thought about it. I guess like I never think of unions. That's never something I think about because it seems odd in that space, especially for Hollywood to me. I don't know. It's job security essentially, right? Trying to make sure that the conditions are good for you.
And your pay. But this is why all the jobs fled overseas for cheap labor, because it's cheaper, even with the fuel to bring the products back to America. It's cheaper to have the slave labor in like Vietnam for Nike or whatever than it is to just put up a shop in-house and spend less on freight costs.
Yeah, I feel like there's just a degree. I don't know how we would figure it out, but you'd think we'd have it figured out by now. What is necessary enough?
Well, that's why minimum wage becomes an argument.
Yeah, no, I think I agree here. It's like, okay, why like in my state it's been increasing for years. I don't even know if it'll actually stop. I thought it would stop at 15.
In Ohio, it's probably like $9.
It's over 15 here.
Right.
And it's like,
that's why you're getting raises.
And it's like, I don't understand why that's the thing. It like, if I were to be, it's actually a good point. If the minimum wage was where it was when I first got a job, it was like $10.30 an hour, I think, or maybe it was $9. It was almost 10 when I first got a job at Subway. Like if I remained at that for a while until I was offered a manager position, I would be getting paid like $8 or more than that, I'd be getting paid around where I get paid now, if not plus also another dollar. With the wage being a lot smaller.
Yeah, I don't know. Luckily I make like 25 an hour, so don't gotta worry about it right now.
Yeah, we see that's a good point too. You make over 25 with the minimum wage being really low by
like
comparison.
Yeah,
like that's really good.
Right.
That makes sense. That makes sense to have the minimum wage be at what that is to me.
Yeah.
So what's your opinion on minimum wage in general then? I guess.
I mean, your state's a great example of like, you're like, well, with my tips, it's not really worth trying to find a better hourly rate because it would even out, or you'd like spend more in gas to get to there to then make the more that you're paying for gas, so it evens out. Like your state and the minimum wage being so high, it's disincentivized reaching higher. It's the same thing as like welfare, where it's like, all right, there's like so much benefits, but you got to stay poor to get the benefits. So the benefits kind of becomes your wages, and so your life get a lot harder if you just increase by like $1 an hour, and so you just stay poor to keep your government wages of welfare. And so yeah, what was meant to be, I don't know if they really foresaw this or not. You wonder with like MK Ultra and stuff being a thing, like how long has the government been skeevy like it is? But yeah, this whole thing's been set up to like disincentivize you reaching up. So
no, you're right. You're right entirely. That's why I want to cut in here, because when we're talking about who should get tips at what levels and whatnot, when we're talking about it, I was like, if we didn't even have these tips, I wouldn't even want to work here, because that gives me like $3 or $4 extra an hour on the thing, and it's like that is what makes it worth being here. Because if I were to leave and go somewhere else, like I'd be probably making around the same. There's not that many places to go that pay much more than what I'm doing now. Like, unless it's the type of thing where they pay a little bit more, but it's like for like twice the work.
Yeah.
And
so this guy,
insane.
Cody Ziegler, he's Emmy nominated. I guess he's worked on Rick and Morty and Spider-Verse, it appears. Emmy nominated. He's like, wow, it feels surreal to say, but I wrote today's episode of She-Hulk. I still can't believe it was my first episode of TV. Chairman Gao, I don't know. Oh, I guess that's like the She-Hulk runner. Let me write the freaking Daredevil She-Hulk team-up episode. What a time to be alive. Follow your dreams. All right. This was back in October last year after it debuted. All right, so you go back to now, and he quote tweets himself, which this is like his pinned tweet. He's like, this is one of the most watched episodes of television, one of the most watched series on Disney Plus. Even made multiple best episodes of 2022 lists. My residual check was $396. This is why we're striking.
So what's the residual again?
All right. So like you're the writer specifically of an episode. You have some sort of contract where you get like a cut based on, I guess, viewership or whatever, or the money made because of the show. And so that's like a later in the season show. And that was a big probably spurt because of Daredevil from Netflix being in there. And so you'd think this guy would make at least like a 10-figure check. He got $400.
Right. So there wasn't
Hollywood.
So there wasn't like an actual residual.
Well, that is his residual. From what I've read, I'll have to look it up later. I thought about doing an article like video months ago, but there's something about like how Marvel doesn't fucking pay people for residuals really. Like it's not even pennies worth. Like EVS is getting like 6-figure checks for shit being adapted that he worked on or contributed or created himself.
Yep.
He's making money.
He said he pretty much got a house with the check from one of those.
Yeah, DC. Say what you want about wokeism and stuff, but like, given the things that were in place because of people like, I think Neil Adams is a big worker fighter in comics. Yeah, DC pays their people when new stuff comes out, but Marvel does not. I don't know how long that is a thing, how far back that goes, or if it's more of a Disney thing, or if it goes back to Paramount with Marvel Studios. I don't know, but it's just funny. Let me see. Let me go back. So Culture Crave shared this thing of different studios. It says studios' proposal to SAG-AFTRA included scanning background actors using AI and paying them for a day's work. The studio would then be able to use that likeness forever with no payment or consent. Well, I mean, the consent would come from your contract, but
well, I was about to say if they agreed, the point was that they'd agree to allow them to scan them to be used in it, right?
I guess.
Well, that's what they said at the beginning there, right? They agree to be scanned in as an AI thing, and then whatever from then on as an extra, like
they would scan you, and so like, what if you're someone like Diego Luna, where you got like years of acting, and then you finally like break out, but you're a background actor for a studio, they could just keep pumping you out, not paying you.
Well, right, but it's like I think there'd be a degree to what they have it do, like as an AI or something, right? Like what? Like you wouldn't be a main character, wouldn't be a on-screen character for more than 3 minutes, right? Like,
I don't know.
Am I misunderstanding what this is? Because that's what that sounds like. Like people in the background that are in the backgrounds of scenes,
right?
That aren't that it's not even really fair to call them characters because they're just background accessories, essentially.
Yeah, but this would be a fucking cheap workaround. Because I think a lot of background actors are actors in the making, going to classes and trying to get whatever role they can to build their portfolio. You should really watch the show Barry. Barry is kind of meta for Bill Hader. Yeah. He's a star and he made it, directs a lot of it, writes a lot of it, and it shows you like I feel like it's a meta show that is kind of a love letter to the craft of acting. It's very interesting. He's a hitman, and he's like really just slogging through life. He has no like motivation, and he's like tired of his job. He gets contracted for a hit in LA of an actor, and so he like falls. He likes to like kind of method act, I guess, and like ingrain himself as much as he can to like recon. So he goes to a class trying to sit in like the background, and he gets like called up to like read lines for his target. And he sucks because he's not an actor. And the teacher, who is Henry Winkler, the coach from Waterboy, he's like, hey, that fucking sucked, but come back tomorrow, we'll see if he can improve it all. And so like he just gets the spark to actually try to do good, but then he's still doing jobs. And so it's funny because he'll do like really emotional shit or be honest in a vague way about like being a killer. But then he tries to like confess, and then people think he's like practicing acting, or like he'll get called up, or it's like, hey, it's your moment. And he'll like come out and he's really emotional, like crying and stuff, and being like very emotionally driven in his performance. I'm like, oh my God, that was so good. And it's like, he wasn't acting. It's very interesting show. I really appreciate it. It's very just, I don't know what to compare it to. It's very unique.
It's pretty cool, but I will be right back.
Oh man, I'm trying to see if anything else I saved. Let me scroll. Seeing a lot of TMNT talk. Looking at Valiant Comics, it's got definitely a weird negative slant on everything, but let me see the chat. There you are, chat. I don't know what you said there, Papa. I'm still just now starting to learn Spanish. Hablo poco español y lo hago como un gringo. Are you saying eat whites? Eat a white? I don't know. I'm just saying something about speaking something Spanish and Hago como un gringo. I am an Adam. I saw Adam Conover on Twitter whining about this. Guess what? If you want me on your side, don't want the Adam ruins everything guy. I saw a clip, but I don't quite understand what he's talking about. I've seen the guy want to push him down and take his wallet and shoes. I speak a little Spanish and I do it like a white guy. Ah. You do it like a white como. Wait, does como have multiple meanings? Because as far as I know right now, como is eat. It's funny too because I've done a bit of Romanian on Duolingo, and so it's kind of cool to see the crossover of a very different region, Latin, because it is Latin based. But yeah, if you don't know, I'm wanting to someday get my passport, and I want to journey to Italy, then hop over to Greece, and then go up to Romania because I want to see Castle Dracula and explore just the wilds of Romania. And so I want to learn Romanian. And it's kind of funny that Andrew Tate's become big and lives there and has this whole crap going on right now. But yeah. Oh, if you haven't, go watch my stream I did Tuesday with this kid for Amarok. I'm actually going to pull up his campaign and show you. But you should really listen to this guy. He's 18. And I followed him for like a year or so. He's been showing his art, like, I'm doing a comic, and I'm like, that looks great. But the insight this kid has, like, he's just, all he has to be is an artist, but he's writing his comic, and like the detail he's putting into his comic of like thought into his characters and some like inversions of tropes and whatnot, the illusions of mythology he's pulling from, and then just him as a person, his insight, it's crazy how fast-tracked this kid is having a stable family. We get an interesting conversation because like he's apparently his family's missionaries. So he's lived in Mongolia and I think he said Peru and or Guatemala. He's bounced around. He lives in Ohio, but he's well versed around the globe a bit. And there's just a lot of weird synergy happen in that stream and some of his insights. It's like you don't expect a kid of the Minecraft autism age to like have such good perspective, and I can't wait to see where this kid goes. And rock. There we go.
Very good.
You got to see this trailer for his comic. It's amazing. Share. That might not be accurate. I speak Spanish like a white guy. That doesn't speak Spanish. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Yeah, como. To an extent, como is multiple applications depending on how you use it in a sentence. But as far as I know right now, como and its different versions is eat. Strangely though, like a lot of words translate pretty easily, even if they're spelled very different Spanish to Romanian. But then like there's words like for eat, it's like manunk is eat versus como in Spanish. I'm sure Italian probably has very similar como or something with Spanish.
Spanish has some good similar English words like tomato. It's like, tomatas. It's like, okay, cool. Or,
well,
mayo,
yeah, that's what's
mayonesa. It's like, okay, this is easy. Okay, if it's like that.
Well, it's funny. Like
spinach.
Yeah, that happens in a lot of like Euro languages. It's the same word, but it's how you inflect is very different. Like, I think in Romania it's like mayonesa.
Yeah, well, that's Spanish too. It's like mayonesa, pretty much. But a little bit, you say like, it with more of a the Spanish inflection.
Or they'll spell it right. They'll spell it the same as English, but it's like chocolate, and it's like chocolate.
Chocoluto.
And it's like, huh. I would never think to inflect that way. It's just funny too, because like you're learning an older language, a more, even though it's older and you would think primitive, it's like more. I don't know. English, as in depth as it is, English feels somewhat archaic, even though it's.
Well, we try to make it like more more easy for us, as to where they tried to make it more efficient for them. Like that's how I kind of see the difference.
Well, it's funny too because it's like gendered And somehow English has become, and you see it in German for the most part. There's gendered things in German, but English is very gender neutral.
Yeah.
Here we go. So yeah, this is the comic I was telling you about, Rookie. You need to back it. Here is the trailer.
I like the guitar change up.
Fucking awesome, right?
Pretty tight. Pretty tight. I like the music too for that.
Yeah, so it's funny. I was talking with them during the stream, and I'm like, dude, that music's like, it sounds like the opera scene from Revenge of the Sith, and then it turns into like the Batman, and then there's like kind of a Snyder cut guitar, inclusion at the end. And he's like, and then I was talking about the font. I'm like, dude, that font is God of War from the trilogy. And he's like, dude, that's exactly everything you just said is what I talked with the composer to make that. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. It was like a little fangirl moment for me with
another human, and I got it.
Right, yeah. And he's like, yeah, episode 3 is the best Star Wars. I'm like, fuck yeah.
He shall become your apprentice.
No, I'm very excited to see what Josh Durson can do. Checking my bookmarks. I feel like there's something else interesting. Papa Cotton, you might like this. I'll preface this with the so he's like, don't you guys miss when Republicans were reasonable?
I need your money to kill babies by abortion. You, taxpayer, give me your money to pay for baby killing.
No, I don't believe in abortion.
I don't care. Render to Caesar what is Caesar's. Give me money to kill babies.
All right, I'll pay you. Don't need more. Please, kill my baby. Kill my baby.
You, kill that woman's baby.
That was not needed, but that was funny. That made it better. That was the best part.
When he killed that one, so he's like,
no words needed. We got it. Which is kind of funny too, because like the Stalin and them, like, isn't that like they were kind of famous for like, you mess with us, anyone in your family is gonna die, including babies. So.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's amazing. Let me see. Oh, let me get rid of that bookmark. That's not needed now. I already talked about that. Oh, Papa Cotton, you might like this one.
Do the slapping the girl in the park.
No. We'll look at that in a minute. But no, this was wow. I love this guy. Sure. Here we go.
Black people apparently love to shoot other black people. White people, wiggers, try and act black. They look silly.
You've ends in the KKK or what?
Yeah, I know them well. I practice white flight.
If she were black, would you guys be together?
Oh, no.
So would you prefer there be no black people?
I don't want to be around them. One's love for diversity usually increases with their distance from it.
You think if you had a grandchild that was black, you would love them?
I wouldn't have a grandchild that was black.
What are your thoughts on
a mental illness month, you say? I observed that mental illness was contagious. If you're around it enough, you then begin to ignore it, then accept, and then embrace and become part of it.
You had a kid who was 5 years old, and they said, Daddy, I'm a guy, but I think I'm a girl. What would you say?
I think we would start working on correcting that issue. I don't want an child.
An injection?
Hell no.
What are your thoughts on the people that did?
I didn't make no mistake. I didn't force it on anyone, and I didn't denigrate them for refusing to take the vax. So I ain't forgiving nothing. How about y'all all commit suicide and make my day a bright one? If you're afraid to say something, you don't have freedom of speech. I'll gain my freedom by having nothing left to lose.
Your thoughts on gay people?
You don't see this in nature unless there's some sort of chemical contaminants. Do you think the Chinese or the Russians fear our soldiers? Forget G.I. Jane. We got G.I.
If you were president of the United States, how would this country look today?
Expected to be assassinated before my acceptance speech. Quickest presidency you've ever seen.
He's in the White House now. We got him. He's it. He's what we need.
I want. Wait, destroying America is trending, Ricky.
Oh, again? Okay. Well, it's been like there's been a World War III ones and whatever for the last like 3 years. What's destroying America now?
I'm trying to figure it out.
The WGA is destroying America.
No, it's a lot of libtards.
Exactly.
Mostly saying Trump and January 6th.
It's July.
Why
are they talking about January again?
Yeah, never mind. So you know me, I'm a big Johnny Cash fan, and someone made this, and it's beautiful. Here we go.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life's in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Oh, come on, Barbie, let's go party, 'cause I'm in a Barbie world.
He makes it sound cool. He makes it sound cool.
Oh, you know how much I sing Johnny Cash at work to myself or in my head, so that made my day having AI Barbie.
That's great.
Oh, here's an interesting article from the Babylon Bee. Yeah, I've never seen There I Ruined It, so I'll have to check that out. Babylon Bee, 10 ways to survive at a woke corporation. Visit the water cooler every 20 minutes to remind people how woke you are. Gee, I sure am feeling diverse, equitable, and inclusive today. Am I right, fellow SJWs? 2, dye your hair and wear flamboyant rainbow colors for camouflage. Practice at home so it looks like you do it all the time. Start telling "that's what he said" jokes. Equity. When asked to state your pronouns in a meeting, jump out the nearest plate glass window. You may die when you hit the pavement, but your chances are still better than if you fail to declare your pronouns. Every time you walk by a black coworker's desk, take a knee and raise one fist in the air. This will make your minority coworkers feel seen. Be a minority. They can't fire you.
I go short though.
Tell a racist joke, and if anyone laughs, say, "Ha! I was just testing you," and then run and tell HR. They'll be fired, and you'll live to be fired another day. Weep loudly for the dead trees every time you make copies at the copy machine. You'll be an environmental justice hero. Claim you are trans-able when you get caught using the handicap stall because of how nice and roomy it is. Why should wheelchair guys have all the fun? I do go for the handicap stalls as much as possible. Call all your Latinx coworkers unique breakfast burritos. Follow the example of our great First Lady. That was good and quick and concise. Have you seen anything worth sharing? Oh, fuck. Wait. Oh, man, this is good. Oh, I forgot about this. Here we go. Share. Here we go. Your vagina does not need to be steamed, scented, or melted. Tracy Cox reveals the 11 things you should never put near your private parts.
What?
The article, the way they shared it, it was like what you should never put in your vagina.
Okay.
Where'd it go? There it is. Vagina is a remarkable body part. Not only is it a passage created in human life historically, like, oh, we're gonna change that.
Any minute now.
It's been used to smuggle everything from drugs, money, watches, mobile phones, even loaded guns. Impressive, eh? What's not impressive is a move by money-making sexual wellness sites to convince you that your vagina needs to be steamed, scented, douched, or melted to make it appealing to sexual partners. It doesn't. Vaginas aren't supposed to smell like strawberries.
This isn't the Babylon Bee continuation? Like, what?
A healthy vagina has a slight odor, but nothing unpleasant. Wear underwear that breathes. Skip the tight-fitting jeans now and then. Wash using a soap-free product, then relax. If you do notice any discharge, off-putting smells, or changes, see your doctor. Far from enhancing your vagina, the following products and treatments will do quite the opposite. Steam. This tops the list of the most annoying goop sexual health recommendations. Gwyneth's website advised women to steam clean their vaginas for extra energy, to rebalance female hormones, and for a squeaky clean uterus. Yep, it's as odd as it sounds. You sit or squat over a steamer which directs herb-infused steam into your vagina. The treatment started in LA, but a quick horrifying search online found plenty of people offering services in the UK. Here's why you shouldn't do it. Making your vagina hotter than it's supposed to be is not a good idea. It's kept at body temperature for a reason. Hot vaginas breed bacteria and yeast like Candida. It might sound gloriously moisturizing. Water isn't hydrating to cells. There's no evidence that vaginal steaming helps any condition. The world expert on vaginas, Dr. Gunter, says it's as clear as mud how steaming herbs are supposed to gain access to your uterus through a tightly closed cervix. The skin of vagina is delicate, sensitive, and easily damaged. Steaming it causes burns and scalding.
Imagine having that title on your thing, world-renowned expert on the town.
That should have been Hugh Hefner's identifier.
Oh, yeah.
Goop was sued and settled for a substantial sum by almost.
What was that? Gwyneth Paltrow's thing?
Yeah,
that's
her
Goop.
vagina candle.
Yeah, I was like, is that just like them saying like, oh, that phooey, that that word, but no, it's the company product. Okay.
Goop.
Goop.
Which is like, why would you call it goop? That's not an appealing sounding.
She probably thinks it sounds cute. Like, oh, it's you little goop. I don't know.
It's like goop sounds like what comes out of you after you've been had a train run on
Well,
you.
I feel like ending with the P is kind of like the way it crunches your face. It's like, no, it's not exactly cute. And that's for women.
But what if your vagina is a penis? What then, smart guy?
Then it's okay.
Let's continue. Jade eggs or yoni eggs, a similar cell, increase vaginal muscle tone, balance those hormones, increase feminine energy. This is apparently what will happen if you insert a rock inside your vagina anywhere from a few minutes to overnight. Once inserted, claim jade and yoni egg fans, your body can harness the energy intrinsic to the stone. Here's a surprise. There's no evidence to support this. The eggs are a hoax, an expensive one, if you got conned into buying one from Gwyneth.
Wait, so they want to have like fire powers? They put like a firestone up there or something?
Oh.
Get the energy.
While we're on the woo-woo theme, let's talk about crystals. Some women insert them to cleanse the womb of bad energy. Like yoni eggs, it's all a con.
Bad energy. It's so funny.
You'll instead breed bad bacteria because crystals are porous. Flavored vaginal melts. These were the rage 2 years ago. Thankfully, they've fallen out of favor a little. They are suppositories. Melts sounds a lot sexier because made of natural oils that contain scents and flavors. You use them nightly to increase moisture in the vagina or to add a shot of moisture just before intercourse. Don't fall for the argument that if something comes from nature, it won't irritate. Nettles are natural, but you won't want those up your whatnot. Anyone who's prone to yeast infections or irritation should avoid. If you suffer vaginal dryness, use a moisturizer or safe lube.
Compared to the danger lube.
Some brands of period underwear. They look like normal underwear, but have multiple layers of microfiber polyester, which soaks up menstrual blood to stop it leaking on your clothes. But some period underwear have been found to contain dangerous substances known as PFAs on its outer and inner absorbent liners, ominously called forever chemicals. They are a group of long-lasting chemicals used to make products resistant to heat, oil, stains, and water. You'll find them in things like plastic food covering and nonstick cookware. They're as concerning as they sound because they don't break down easily in the environment. They can seep into your body and build up inside you. They've been linked to irregular periods, high blood pressure, and ovarian disorders. Sea sponges. They're billed as the natural alternative to using pads and tampons. They pose a significant safety risk. Researchers found sea sponges can contain particles of sand, grit, mold, yeast, and the bacteria Staphylococcus aureus, the one responsible for causing toxic shock syndrome. Ironic, since a lot of women choose to use sponges because they're nervous of getting TSS from tampons. Because they are textured and rough, they can cause small scratches inside the body when inserted and removed, making it even easier for bacteria to enter the body. So don't use SpongeBob on your vagina.
Nope.
Certain foods, they seem sexy. Your partner inserts something inside your vagina and enjoys delicious oral sex. This can work with foods you can easily remove. Unpeeled bananas, a washed cucumber, or carrot. The list of what's safe is short, though. Hot, spicy foods or oily foods upset the pH balance.
Peruvian puff pepper. Yes.
I like this one. Evil lubes.
That's just an Alex Jones product.
That's a gay bomb, baby. Good little tip says if you don't have any store-bought lube at hand, coconut oil is your best bet. So that's a little informed, but be sure you're not allergic to coconuts or nuts in general. I just thought that was funny given the title. This I agree with.
We learned a lot today.
This is pod racing.
Indeed it is.
Let's see. Oh. No, there was something I saw from New York Post that looked funny. Let me see. Still have it. Where'd it go? Oh. Here's a good joke from Harrison Ford. Let me share it. I almost shared it to you, but I didn't want to ruin it.
Okay.
I think maybe they sell coconut oil that's like fluid, not just like the like gob like Crisco coconut oil.
Yeah, they have like thinner.
Thinner. There you go. Let me share this. Here we go. If it'll load. I don't know why.
Yeah, one of these days. It's just like waiting for Harrison Ford to catch up because he's old, you know. Probably a refresh on the page. Would be my guess.
Yeah, let me refresh it. I need babies for abortion.
Give them to me.
All right, let's try it again.
So this guy's working in the produce department at the grocery store, and a lady walks up and she says, "Excuse me." He says, "Yes." She says, "Where's the broccoli? I can't find the broccoli." He said, "Oh, I'm really sorry, ma'am." He says, "We ran out of broccoli. We'll have some tomorrow morning." And he goes back to his work and he's stacking the oranges, and he hears behind him, Mister. He turns around and it's the same lady. She says, "Where's the broccoli? You got any broccoli?" He says, "No, ma'am. We're fresh out of broccoli. We'll have some tomorrow morning." Goes back to work. A couple of minutes later, this woman walks up right up in his face and she says, "How come I can't find any broccoli?" He says, "Lady," he says, "do me a favor, will you?" She said, "What?" He says, "How do you spell," indulge me, "how do you spell cat?" He says, "Like in catastrophic." She says, C-A-T. He says, "How do you spell dog?" Like in dogmatic. She says, D-O-G. He says, "How do you spell like in broccoli?" She says, "There is no fucking broccoli." He said, "That's what I'm trying to tell you, lady."
I saw this and I'm like, where's this going? Because it's like not very funny.
That ending,
but I
though,
stuck
that
to it,
build
and
up,
it's like, bam! There's a fucking broccoli. All right, so I don't know if y'all have seen this. I know Ricky has, but this has to be the answer to domestic violence, right? Let's view this.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag me too.
Let's learn. I love a thumbs up after. It's just like, now you're good. Now it's fine. Not before, but now it's fine.
Hold on. I thought you'd enjoy this. Little kitty catty.
Aw.
He's fat.
Small. Little fatty boy.
I'm gonna get your finger. Oh, stupid kitty cats.
Yep, adorable.
Oh man. Maybe. I'll just read the headline. This one says, "I'm offering $5,000 referral to bonus to anyone who finds me a husband." Another one says, "I marry my boss. Haters think she's my mom. We laugh every time."
Okay.
Kinky. I like it.
Yes.
Have you heard about the green lines, Ricky? If I informed you of these?
The Green Lions. No.
Oh, okay. Let's share this. You know, and like this example really sticks in my head. All these things that Alpha Rivellino shares. It's good stuff. Why should a man stand straight? The feminine wants to lean into the masculine. She wants to enter his world, feel his strength, feel his protection, and submit to his guidance. When you stand up straight and you give her the gift of leaning into you, you give her the gift of love. Why do green lines matter? When a man leans into his woman, he reveals his mental weakness.
Oh, no, yeah, you showed me this.
Revolting to her. Yeah. Drawing green lines and being aware of our masculine posture can help relationships stay strong and healthy. Ignoring the green lines can lead to catastrophe. All right, so this is a classic one.
Mm-hmm.
Will is smiling more than her, leaning into her. He's demonstrating cock shame by crossing his legs and having his hand over his crotch, and ugly sneakers. Versus her not smiling, she's straight, not leaning. Legs are open to the world, i.e., pussy facing the world.
Yes, you said green lions. I said green lions. So I was like, what?
Yeah. Is leaning in about height? He leans in because he's taller, is what a lot of people say. A lot of people are wrong. Leaning is not about height. It's about feeling important versus feeling insecure. Look at this picture. Is the taller person leaning in? And he has this little air bubble that says, I'm rich, but I'm insecure. Pattern repetition. A man can be physically strong and a world-class professional athlete and still be emotionally weak and looking for a maternal figure to take care of him. This is why the green line test is so important. It visually reveals patterns in emotional behavior. Failing the green line test. A romantic couple fails the green line test when the man leans into the woman. The relationship dynamic should be the other way around. She should be leaning into him. Couples that fail the green line test often break up from a lack of chemistry. Who is this? I think it's some royal or a Kennedy. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. How do you know if your girl is in love with you? A woman in love turns her pussy towards her man. She positions herself this way to tell the world that her pussy is not open for business. Her pussy has an owner, and that owner is her husband. Her husband is tamed, and she is happy. Or her pussy is tamed. And so you see Ivanka Trump with her Jew husband. And you see this random cowpoke with his lady.
Yeah.
She's not facing the world. When the pussy is out of control, when a man does not tame his wife's pussy, her pussy goes out of control. She flaunts her pussy to the world because she's looking for a stronger man to tame her pussy. And she often looks unhappy because the untamed pussy is unsatisfied pussy. Here is Jada with Will again. And here is Beyonce with Jay-Z cowering behind Beyonce. Is leaning in about sex. Leaning in is not about sex, it's about power. The green lines reveal power dynamics between people. One man may lean into another man if he feels the other man is more important. If you want to appear more powerful in photos, don't lean into anybody. So here's Talcum X with Colin Kaepernick, and he's like, I am shorter and less important. Here is Dana White of the UFC. Some random UFC guy says, I am taller but less important.
Of course.
When people first discover the green line theory, they often think it's a crazy idea, or stage 1, that I'm an incel, stage 2, or that I'm joking, stage 3. It's normal to feel resistance to new ideas. Eventually, people get intrigued, stage 4, and see the green line truth, stage 5. Tamed pussy versus untamed pussy. The natural order for the pussy to want to be tamed by the cock. The feminine wants to surrender to the masculine. This is a universal truth. Not understanding this will cause you a lot of problems. Look at these two women. Who looks happier? Elton John versus Billy Joel. Left, Elton John stands up straight while Dua leans into him. Elton is unreactive to her beauty. He is living in his own reality. Billy leans into Christy. He is reactive to her beauty and is being dominated by her. He's living in her reality. Leaning in is not about height. Left, Mike and Tony lean into Phil because Phil is more famous. Michael and Tom lean into Robert because Robert has more money. So this is a good one. This feels
like this should be a segment to close out all our shows. Is like some type of informative
finding green lines or something like that. Yeah.
something like this. It's pretty funny.
Here's Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots. I'm not sure who this guy is in the middle, but then this is the all-time king of football, Tom Brady, 7-time champion. Reason Bob Kraft has all this money. I am the tallest and the poorest. People hate the green lines because people hate the truth. Some people don't have your best interest at heart. They don't want men and women to fall in love, and they don't want men and women to have families. This is why the green lines have created so much backlash in the press. This is a New York Post. Psychologists bust green line relationship theory. I've read that article. It's funny. I think it's like his pin post. So he's gotten internet famous from this green line theory stuff.
I kind of want to have us read that next time or something. Like read it.
Oh yeah. Face your cock to the world. A man on a mission. He faces his cock to the world because he is focused on leaving his imprint on the world. This is correct. A man distracted. He faces his cock to his woman because he is too preoccupied by what she thinks of him. This is wrong.
This is a great way to end out our shows. Like it's a beef in a way, and I think like that this last like 20 minutes has been hilarious. It should be like
yeah. So this is a 2-year difference. He's like, it only took the Daily Mail 2 years to realize the truth behind the green lines love test. And so here's the first one. Man is brutally mocked on Twitter over sexist thread in which he says that guy who physically lean in to women are needy, weak, and pathetic. Versus 2 years later, do you dare take the green line love test? As new trick reveals who really wields the power in a relationship, Sarah Rainey analyzes celebrity couples to find out who wears the trousers. So you got David Beckham leaning, you got Will Smith leaning, you got Kate and William are both self-assured. He's cock shaming though. This is another theory that Alpha Rivellino has shared. Cock shaming. That's when you hide your cock.
And she's a great one. And she's hiding hers too.
Well, yeah, she's hiding her cocks, but yeah. So even though they're both firm, he is still cock shaming.
Yeah, he's almost there, just not.
So there's multiple levels to, and it's funny because like given all of his research via the photography to back up his assumption, this really sticks in my head. I think about cock shaming. It's like, it's customary, to be like, what do I do with my hands? And he even talks about hand shame. He even came up with hand shame, where showing people putting their hands in their pockets, arguably, depending on context, is hand shame.
And
it's like,
anywhere.
So like this stuff really sticks in my head personally. I'm like, nope, got to stay straight. I don't lean into anybody. Like kids or whatever, it's like, whatever. But yeah, adult interactions, like I stand straight. I don't cock shame. I don't hand shame.
Hand shame. That's
a man finds a way. It's true that most women are attracted to taller men, but why? Because a man who is taller than her makes her feel small, safe, and feminine. But you can find other ways to make her feel small, safe, and feminine. Look at Dennis and his girl. She's clearly in love. All right, so here's the first one. Here's the issue. How can she respect you if she can dunk on you? That's Jonah Hill with his surfer girlfriend. And we've seen how that turned out. And then here is, I don't know who this guy is, but he's got a tall red broad. And
the thing is, too, she looks like she's not trying to let him go. Like, I'm going to stay. Sure.
Learning green line theory may feel overwhelming at first, but the basics are almost always the same. Him leaning into her not leaning in or even leaning away, his cock facing her pussy facing the world, her dominating him, the claw, or not touching him. All right, so here is Pete Davidson with Kim Kardashian.
Oh no!
And it's funny, like all this, he's like straight versus leaning in, eyes closed. She's already looking for the next guy, kissing her cheek, too much makeup, slutty choker. She's got the claw.
Oh my
She's
god.
in control. The claw is an indication of control.
I kind of wish we had like a version that didn't have all the information here, and we could guess what is all wrong with this. Because like I was already thinking of things, but it's all written on here too, and I'm like, oh no, it's already beating me to this.
Here's
That'd be
one.
a fun game.
Men don't use straws. And it's like I see this and I'm like, oh, that's retarded. But then it's like it starts adding up. Like, yeah,
you know, this is good lessons.
I don't use straws. Like if I'm at a restaurant with like glasses, I know that they're reused and whatnot, but I don't use straws. If it's like I've got Sonic, so I got it's a car beverage. So yeah, you use straw for that. But if it's like a bottle of Coke, I don't need a straw for the bottle. It's all.
Yeah, that does seem more wimpy the more you think about it a little. Yeah.
Leaning away, sour face, ugly dress, pussy facing the world. The green triangle.
The arrow sticking.
Cock facing pussy.
I love the arrow.
Pretending to be tough. He's indicating these tattoos. Leaning into her, smiling more than her.
He's literally in the picture, not even paying attention to the picture. That's like, damn.
Let's see.
We need to get like the pictures that don't have the green lines on them, and then show what it is. Like do our guesses, and then do that next time or something. That'd be fun.
You see confidence in women. So you see. I guess these are Kardashians and friends, and it's like it's black girl, and the number 6 is in control.
Yeah.
Let's see some more posts of his. Oh, Patrick Mahomes been to 3 Super Bowls, won 2. He just won the last one. Gets my Eagles. He says, "Why does he have hand shame while she has hand confidence?"
That's a good contrast to show what that even is.
He's leaning in. Funny. He's smiling more. She's kind of like just a runway smile. Like, my mouth is doing the motion, but like her eyes are dead.
He has eye shaming too. Why you got the shades on, bro? Like,
oh, I should offer that one to him. Eye shame.
Like I can't where are my eyes supposed to be? I don't know. I have sunglasses on. Who cares?
Oh man, see, I wish you knew football because Jay Cutler is such a piece of shit. This is his wife. I don't know if they got divorced or if it was like a tabloid thing. But yeah, he was a up and coming star of the Denver Broncos, a storied franchise because of John Elway, and he ended up getting traded to the Bears. All right, and so he ended up like being on contract for like I think up to like $30 million a year. So like he was on the bench. He was crap. But he was getting paid because they gave him like $140 million deal. So they're stuck with him because of the salary cap. So even if they traded him, it would be dead money on their books. So they just had to keep him. So this is sometimes when you watch, you've probably seen this in basketball, but on a lower scale because they have like taxes, they'll just pay luxury taxes. But in the NFL, you got a cap. So it's like, you're wondering like, why are they playing this guy? And it's like, well, the coach loves him or the owner loves him or he's on the book. So we're going to get every dollar's worth we can out of the guy because we're already stuck paying him. Because you have like minimums where it's like, all right, your contract is up to this much, but like there's a minimum bill that they're paying every year. And then like your success will give you incentives of extra.
But hold on, before you go to the next one, like seeing how many pictures we have of this is like, okay, how can you not agree with the green line theory now? Because now I'm looking at I think from now on I'll see pictures of it and look for people leaning. Now I think I'm gonna just subconsciously do that and just like, oh no, that one's okay. And just,
right, you don't want to be a famous. I don't want
to be like that.
You don't want to be a picture on Alpha Rivellino.
The hand one took me by surprise, but I think that's true. That's like, it's like, where do you put your hands? Well, look at your woman. She has it in front of her. Why aren't you doing that? Like, you freaking chicken.
Look,
like,
here's some more cock shaming. All right, here's Super Bowl winning quarterback Patrick Mahomes in his ugly fucking woman suit. He's cock shaming and leaning in. So he's the star of the team, and then his receiver Travis Kelce is more confident and not cock shaming, hand shaming. LeBron leaning in. He's been to 10 championships, won 4 of them. He's cock shaming.
Oh man.
Let's see some more. I don't know how long ago his hand confidence, but
ne-
he did one
next
like Tom
week.
Cruise. Oh, look, here's one. So it's like Dylan Mulvaney meets a llama. Caption this photo, and so Riverling says, "Can you see the green lines, or do I have to draw them?" He's done this with animals. Like there is a picture of a chipmunk eating a flower, and he's like, "Pull the flower to you," because that's what the chipmunk's doing. So like it's even in nature. It's like, yeah,
that I think that's not wrong.
He's so brilliant with like these. Oh my god! Look. Okay, here's a deep dive on Jonah Hill and his surfer girl. It says slight head tilt. Sometimes the green is really bad choice.
Yeah,
she's
I
not
think
leaning.
yellow would do better or something.
Pussy facing the world. Hand confidence versus Jonah Hill has hand shame, so he's got his hands in his pockets. Feet off balance. Her feet are fairly balanced. The alpha dog with perfect posture.
Alpha dog. Well, no, I'm actually considering that. I'm thinking about that. It's like, you know what? Like the dogs that aren't, they'll lean into you. They'll come to you. They'll do things to you. Like that.
Someone is discussing this Margot Robbie being mid, and he retweeted this. Girl says, "Looking at women and rating them is immediate cock shame. It means you were thinking about women, which you should never do. You should only be thinking about success."
Damn.
Someone says this is some pretty psychopathic stuff. So he retweets it to like make fun of people in the future that were not believing Rivellino. Oh, here's one. Art imitates life. So here is Ken leaning into Barbie. And then here is Ryan Gosling leaning into Margot Robbie.
No. I can see
her pussy's facing the world.
It's like her attitude alone compared to his says it all.
Well, I get mixed signals with her given the stance because she's facing the world, but then she's very feminine and happy. So it's a mix, like with this whole feminism Barbie discourse or whatever. It's like
I just meant her being more compared to Ryan Gosling. It's more specifically what I was referring to.
So this is like someone attempting the green line theory and trying to, it's like you're getting a mixed signal because she's leaning into him, but then she's got the claw and he's kind of hand shaming, but his cock's facing the world. So it's like a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Dude, this
would be fun to just look at some stuff and be like, all right, who's got it? Who's got it?
But no, I really think of this stuff all the time now. Like it's part of my subconscious.
I'm gonna subconsciously look at the leaning
Here's one.
thing.
If you love her, protect her from herself. All right, so she's about to do a booty dance. He's like, nope.
You can stop them? What do you mean?
Oh yeah, here's his like Rivellino's hits. All right, 26 million views on Twitter. Dominant woman, submissive man. So it's like submissive, nurturing, feminine man. Cock shame. He is following her. Versus Rihanna has a hard face, shoulder back, strong, dominant, masculine woman. She is the leader. Here's one. This is the trans swimmer versus the woman who lost.
Yeah.
If her legs open wide, don't make her your bride.
Great.
Winner versus loser. I think this is the soccer final of Argentina versus France. So you see, this one's mixed because it's like
she's facing him, but
right. So like the girl's leaning into him, but her pussy's facing the world. So it's like this one's kind of mixed. but it was timely because of the soccer championship of the World Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a hand confidence one. It says, who could have predicted this? And it's like, look, the cock shame versus the non-cock shame of the Taliban. Yeah, this is the one. Cock confidence versus cock shame. And it's like Tom Cruise versus Leonardo DiCaprio, who's 10-time like Oscar nominee, always dating 25 or under, versus Tom Cruise, an old guy who does his own stunts.
It's like I've never seen a more like, okay, now it makes sense. Like, where do you put your hands? It don't matter. Don't if you're just relaxed, and they'll just be at your side or something. Don't need to hide them. Don't need to hide them. Now this is science,
right? Yeah. I love Rivellino. You gotta follow him.
I will now. This is funny as shit. Man. This is funny.
Oh, I thought I had another bid on my eBay, but it was just like, hey, this thing's ending, but no one's buying it.
We learned
the
a lot
person
the
taking
last half an hour.
The picture also could have said to lean in, just to be fair. Well, you don't listen to people serving you.
Yeah, you'd go, I'll do what I want.
Big meta thing right there, Popicon. But yeah, that's the show. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate the watch time. I need about 2,000 hours to get remonetized. So I appreciate
I love
your
that you
viewership. What?
You're just like, I just need about 2,000 hours to be monetized.
It's not a lot. I just got to do the work, but
Well, no,
I definitely need the viewers to help me.
Check it every now and then, because at some point you should be able to get super chats enabled sooner.
Right. Well, they've lowered the standards. They've like cut the sub count in half, and they've dropped like 1,000 hours off of the hour time. So I need 3,000 total. So I need 1,000 more watch hours. So help. Give me suggestions, crap to cover. And try to be more practical on my YouTube. I got a video I'm working on tomorrow. It's just simple unboxing of a comic, just looking at it and the stuff I got. But doing the work, starting to get the work in, trying to be more. Like, it's already a task for me to like try to wrangle in people for comic streams, and then for the Thursday, there's a guest for that for like these streams. So yeah, if there's interesting people I'm not aware of, let me know. You already know that, Worky, but viewership. Still having the conversations with outside sources, especially shit like this pops up.
So shiggity show.
But yeah, otherwise, I'll be Podcotton. I'll update you later. I'll be updating Teespring soon with that Duel of the Fats. If you want to get a shirt or whatever of it, and once I get the other artists to finish the actually, I'll show you a picture. Let me pull it up. Me and Ricky are having our own individual images, comic style, of our characters of the Duel of the Fats. Just gotta find it really quick. Oh, there you go. So let me share this. Here we go. Fuck. Here we go. This is what's in the works. Just got to get it colored. Ricky will have his hat in the picture, but we're going off episode 1, of course. Obi-Wan and
Obi-Wan
Maul.
didn't have his hat at that time. Yeah.
No, I think it's a she. I don't know, because it's like Daniel. So I don't know if it's Danielle or Daniel.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's one of those.
Right.
Either or.
Yeah, like this is the account, so it looks like it should be a woman, but then there's the hair and it's short, and so I don't know.
I doesn't know.
I don't know, but yeah, look how fucking cool my Minotaur Maul is. I love that she. Like I told him, like, yeah, if you can keep the horns, the count. Like if you have to change the count to fit the bull horns, but definitely have the Maul horns. And God, it's so badass.
It's pretty tight.
Yeah, we're gonna have Team Angus, Team Rookie shirts, and I guess other merch too. I haven't looked at my Teespring in a while, but yeah, support the channel and get some of this cool art that will last longer than the Duel of the Fats. Support me and Ricky. But yeah, thanks for joining. Talk to you later, and go fuck yourself.